Have you ever suddenly realized that your legs just aren't as steady as they used to be? A moment of wobble as you step out of bed, a slight tremble climbing the stairs, or a strange sense that your feet are no longer following your lead, even after just a short walk around the block. At our age, changes like these no longer come as a surprise. But what truly unsettles us isn't just the sore knees or tired feet, it's the quiet feeling of losing control. The kind of control we once had moving freely, walking without worry, never giving it a second thought. And then the questions begin to form in the back of your mind. Will I still have the strength to go grocery shopping on my own? Can I still drive myself to visit an old friend for a cup of coffee and a long talk? Or simply get out of bed at night without fearing a fall? You're not alone. So many of us from this very same generation are quietly facing these changes too. No loud complaints, no big announcements, just a silent acknowledgement that our legs aren't what they once were. But here's the truth: this moment, right now, is also an opportunity. We don't have to wait until we fall to begin caring, and we don't have to rely on someone always being there to help us up. What we can do is start gently with small steps by simply understanding what the body truly needs before we sleep. Because the quiet hours before bedtime might just be the best time to help your legs find strength again, to restore sensation, to regain the balance you thought you'd lost. And so, I invite you to join me as we take a calm, thoughtful look at what your body may be asking for, a journey towards steadier steps that begins not with effort or struggle, but with something as simple as how you end your day. Shall we begin? There's something quiet that often goes unnoticed as we grow older. The sun no longer nourishes our bodies the way it once did. Have you ever wondered why, even after your morning walks, even when your skin still feels the sunlight, your legs seem to grow weaker over time? Why, despite staying active, despite keeping up gentle routines, you still wake up in the morning with your calves aching as if they've already carried the weight of another long day? These changes don't come all at once. They build slowly, silently, like so many other things that shift with age. And one of the things our bodies quietly stop doing is producing enough of the nutrients it once made with ease. Vitamin D is one of those, and it's something many people over 60 tend to overlook. In our younger years, a few minutes in the sun was enough. Our skin would soak it in, turning light into strength, feeding our bones, supporting our muscles. But now, after decades of sun and time, that same skin becomes less efficient. The same process that once happened so naturally now slows down, loses its rhythm. Alongside that, our digestive systems also start to change. Even if we eat well, even if we try to nourish ourselves, sometimes those nutrients simply don't reach where they need to go. And then, little things begin to show up. A misstep, a shaky knee when standing, or a muscle cramp in the middle of the night that pulls you awake. Many people don't realize that something as seemingly simple as a lack of vitamin D can quietly lead to all of that. But it can. Vitamin D doesn't just strengthen bones. It helps your muscles work together in harmony. It supports your tendons, your flexibility, and yes, it can help reduce those sudden nighttime cramps that interrupt your sleep. Evening is when your body begins to repair itself. It's a time of quiet rebuilding. And that's exactly why supplementing vitamin D at night can be one of the most meaningful things you do for your legs and your rest. One more important note: vitamin D also helps your body absorb calcium, a mineral essential for maintaining bone density. But without enough vitamin D, no amount of calcium can truly do its job. You see, sometimes what weakens us isn't age itself, but the quiet lack of something we didn't even realize was missing. Because these deficiencies are so silent, we tend to overlook them until our body speaks up through pain, imbalance, or that mysterious sense of fatigue that lingers for no clear reason. That's why choosing to support your body with vitamin D each evening isn't about fixing something that's broken. It's about preserving what still works beautifully with care, with consistency, with love. Just one small tablet each night, not expensive, not complicated, but a way of saying to your body, I still care. I still want you strong. If you've ever woken up with aching legs or felt unsure of your footing when stepping out of bed in the morning, Consider this: maybe the answer isn't doing more, but giving your body the right help at the right time. And if you've felt this before, or if you're searching for a gentle way to care for your legs each day, I invite you to share your thoughts below. Sometimes your story is exactly what someone else needs to hear. Let's continue exploring these quiet, essential steps that help us keep our balance in both body and spirit. Because this isn't the end of the journey, it's simply a slower, more mindful part of the path where we learn to live with more depth, more intention, and more steadiness in every step. Now, let's move on to another vitamin that plays an equally quiet but vital role, one that keeps our nerves alert and our movements in sync. At a certain age, what we begin to care about isn't how far we can walk, but whether we can still walk on our own steadily, calmly, without hesitation. Have you ever felt like your feet weren't fully in sync with your body, not completely numb, but somehow not quite there? You take a step, but you're not entirely sure where your foot is landing? Or maybe you stand up from your chair and feel just slightly off balance, not dizzy, just uncertain. Sometimes, even turning in the kitchen feels like something you have to think about, instead of just do. In the beginning, we often brush it off. We blame our shoes, we blame the floor, we blame our aging eyes. But deep down, your body might be whispering something more important. The truth is, after age 60, our bodies often struggle to absorb certain essential nutrients. And one of those nutrients is vitamin B12. It plays a quiet but vital role in keeping the nervous system healthy, making sure signals from your brain move clearly and efficiently throughout your entire body. When B12 levels run low, the nerves, especially those in your hands and feet, begin to lose sensitivity. The ground beneath your feet doesn't feel as certain. The precision in your steps becomes less reliable. And so, little by little, you move more slowly, not because you're tired, but because you're trying not to fall. That feeling of not being in control of your own steps can be more frightening than pain itself. What's unfortunate is that many older adults don't realize that this loss of balance may not be just a part of aging. There's often no obvious pain, no clear injury. So we quietly accept it as inevitable when in reality, it might be the body simply asking for something it's quietly missing. But aging does not mean helplessness. And if we learn to listen, to respond gently and early, we can still walk this journey side by side with our bodies, not in resistance, but in care. Taking a small dose of vitamin B12 in the evening, before bed, is one simple yet meaningful way to support the natural repair of your nervous system. While you sleep, your nerves have a chance to be nourished, restored, and gently brought back to balance. No, it's not a miracle pill, but it's a quiet way of helping your body continue to do something miraculous to walk you into each new day with confidence. When the nervous system is supported, you begin to feel it: faster reflexes, lighter steps, a clearer sense of where your feet are, and most of all, a quiet peace of mind when moving through your day, from rising out of a chair to stepping off the porch. Vitamin B12 alone won't replace movement or activity, but it provides the foundation that makes each movement safer, more natural, and less fearful. And at this stage of life, feeling safe in your own steps is a form of freedom we all deserve to hold on to. If these words resonate with you, if any part of this feels familiar, I invite you to share your thoughts below. Sometimes, a small story can gently remind someone else to finally listen to what their body has been trying to say. Keeping your nerves alert means keeping the connection alive between intention and movement, between thought and action. It's not just about physical strength, it's about presence, about still being able to rise to your feet, not just with your body, but with your whole self. And now that we've tended to the senses in your feet and the balance in your step, let's not forget that a restful sleep also needs support from within. There's one quiet mineral that helps calm the nervous system, soothe muscle tension, and invite deeper, more peaceful sleep. Let's move gently into the next part, where we'll talk about magnesium and why it may be the missing key to helping your legs truly rest and your nights feel whole again. We've talked about vitamin D for strong bones and joints. We've talked about vitamin B12 for balance and nerve support. But there's one more essential nutrient: quiet, often forgotten, that helps your legs truly relax and allows your sleep to become deeper, gentler, especially after a long day. That nutrient is magnesium. Have you ever spent the night tossing and turning, not because of noise, not because of worry, but because your legs just wouldn't settle down? Maybe they felt tense. Maybe your calves cramped unexpectedly. Maybe there was just a strange restlessness in your feet, nothing you could name, but enough to keep you awake. You try changing positions, you rub your legs, you wait, but sleep doesn't come. Instead, what arrives is that uncomfortable, lingering feeling like you're negotiating with your own body just to find a little peace. At this age, many of us know those nights all too well. Not because we no longer need rest, but because our bodies have quietly changed. The muscles that used to be quick and strong now cramp more often. Our nervous system, once sharp and responsive, now becomes more easily agitated. And rest real. Healing rest starts to feel out of reach. Magnesium, a mineral that's often depleted after age 60, could be the missing piece in your nighttime routine. Unlike other vitamins, magnesium rarely comes up in routine checkups or standard blood work. That's why most people don't realize they're low until their body starts to whisper through nighttime cramps, tightness in the legs, or an overall inability to fully relax. Magnesium is involved in over 300 biochemical reactions in the body. It plays a key role in calming both the nervous system and the muscles. When levels drop too low, your muscles may spasm, especially during the night, when your body is trying to heal and recover. And that's exactly when these cramps hit, just as you're hoping for peace. That sudden tightness in your calves, that jumpy sensation in your legs, they don't just steal your sleep, they steal your peace of mind. They make you feel powerless. And sometimes, they make you feel like you're losing the simple right to rest. Taking magnesium in the evening can help your body slow down gently. It allows your muscles to loosen, your nerves to settle, and your whole system to shift into a deeper state of rest. For older adults, sleep doesn't always come easily. As we age, when our sleep-wake cycle becomes more sensitive, the tiniest disruption, a light, a thought, a twitch in the leg can leave us wide awake for hours. That's why restoring sleep isn't just about going to bed earlier or drinking less water after dinner. It's about nourishing the body from within with what it truly needs. Magnesium is not a miracle cure, but it's a quiet, steady part of the foundation for healthy aging. It won't make you feel brand new overnight, but without it, you may always feel like something's just slightly missing, that small sense of calm, of lightness, of ease, the kind you don't notice until it finally returns. Maybe you've been sleeping less. Maybe your mornings feel heavier, your legs more sluggish. Maybe you've had nights when your calves ache for no clear reason. If that's the case, listen to your body. Try adding a gentle dose of magnesium in the evening. Something simple, something regular. It doesn't take much. Just a small amount at the right time can help your nerves and muscles exhale after a full day of effort. And sometimes, that gentle exhale is what gives you a peaceful night, so you can wake up with lightness in your chest and steadiness in every step. If you've ever experienced restless nights because of your legs, or if you found something that helps you sleep better, please feel free to share below. Your small story might be the quiet encouragement someone else needs on a restless night of their own. Because in the end, what we're seeking isn't just health. It's the ability to live our remaining years with peace, with calm, and with grace, from the moment we lie down at night to the moment we rise again to greet the day. And now, after caring for your bones, your nerves, and your sleep, let's take a quiet step back and reflect on this whole journey. A journey that began with just a few simple supplements each night, but brought about quiet, meaningful changes enough to keep your legs steady, and more than that, to give your spirit a deeper sense of peace in this chapter of life. My dear friend, after a lifetime of walking through countless miles, we begin to understand something simple. Our legs don't just need strength to move forward, they also need quiet care to keep us standing firm, day after day. And sleep, something that once seemed like just a break at the end of the day, turns out to be the most important time for our bodies to restore, to slow down, and to gently begin again. Vitamin D, vitamin B12, and magnesium. Three nutrients that may sound familiar, but quietly play a powerful role in protecting your legs, supporting balance, and giving you deeper, more peaceful rest. They're not luxury cures. They're not magical fixes, but when used correctly, at the right time, they can make all the difference in how you walk, how you sleep, and how you rise to meet the next day. Vitamin D keeps your bones strong and your muscles moving in harmony. Vitamin B12 nurtures the nerves, so your steps stay in sync with the thoughts in your mind. And magnesium softly calms the tension, giving your legs and your sleep a moment of true peace after a long day. Each one of these nutrients has its own purpose, but together, they form a complete kind of care, gentle, practical, and steady. So you don't have to walk with worry, you don't have to fall asleep feeling uneasy, and you don't have to wake up wondering if your body is slipping away with time. Growing older doesn't mean stopping, it means living slower, deeper, noticing the smallest changes, and learning to preserve what remains with care, with kindness, and with gratitude for the body that's carried you this far. If something in these words has touched a part of your experience, I invite you to leave a small note in the comments or share this video with someone you love, someone who might also need a quiet reminder in these tender, aging years. We can't turn back the clock, but we can choose how to live so that every step, every night of rest, and every sunrise that greets us still feels like a full chapter of life. Slow, but meaningful, quiet, but complete. Thank you for staying until the very end. And thank you for still loving yourself enough to care even in the smallest ways each and every evening.